So I just want to show you where the serial number is on these things. There's a tag right here, and it has the serial number on it. So obviously we can't see that just by looking at it, so I'll show you what I do to read it. I think just a little bit of carburetor cleaner on a rag. Wipe it off. And then now we can see the serial number. Alright, so now when you have the serial number, all you need are the first 4 digits. First 4 or 5, depending on what you're looking for. This one starts with JN6-2. Buggies Unlimited has a wonderful tool. It's easier on the computer to do this, not so easy on the phone. But go through and you look for... Oh, it's not that old. I think it's a G14. No, it's a G16. JN6-2. It's a 1998 G16. So that's how I find the make, model, and year of a Yamaha golf cart. Alright, so on this one here, it's a 98 Yamaha G16 gas. We have a nothing happens when we step on the pedal. Key on. Nothing. So when I lifted the seat, the very first thing I noticed is the battery's in backwards. This is positive and this is negative. You can see the negative symbol possibly there on the battery. And that's going to the positive connection on the cart. So he's hooked the battery up backwards and the fuse has popped, I'm assuming. Not a good idea to hook these up backwards because you could do some other serious damage. Blow the voltage regulator, unless it's protected, which I'm pretty sure it is, but you could possibly blow the voltage regulator, blow the igniter. You know, you could damage the electrical system quite severely. But the way to tell the positive connection always goes into this control box, and the negative goes to starter generator, directly to the starter generator. It's not a frame grounded system. See, here is, this goes right here to the starter generator, makes a connection right there, and then it goes through the loom, and it's hooked up to the positive connection on the battery. On this setup, it's supposed to go to the negative, but that is quite surely the positive connection, and that is most definitely the negative connection. So the battery's hooked up backwards, so that's why it's not doing anything, because he popped the fuse. So let's get we're going to get the control cover off, reverse the polarity of the battery, change the fuse, and see if it starts, because he said he was messing with the carburetor too, so we might have to take that apart and clean it. But let's see what's going on with it first, and then we'll get it running. These aren't even tight. Well, we're going to take the battery out completely just to gain access here. And my videos are real world repairs. We don't take body panels off to make it easier to get to it or show you easier access. It's like, this is how you want to get to it, this is what you need to do to get to it. Okay, so that fuse is actually not popped. We might replace these terminals because these things are shot. I think we're going to do that because he's got these things all marred up and everything, so let's do that first. That's going to be the absolute first thing we do. We're going to cut these ends off and replace them with the new ones. Alright, first things first. These things just get weak. And then they don't work so good after a while. So here's our ground. Positive. The red is actually red, but it's not showing up as red on here. And then we have our circuit ground. Yamahas definitely have a strange way of doing some stuff here. Actually going to all this tape does is keeps the wire loom in place, so we can lose it. Shrink tubing over. Okay. So there's both wires in that one terminal. Get this in here. Push up and crimp. Okay, now this crimper itself doesn't crimp the entire shank, so I have to crimp it a couple of times to make it stay, which is fine. This crimper is actually a metric crimper, it's not even for American wire gauge wire terminals, but that's fine too, because it still works very good, and it makes a really, not that you're going to be able to see it once it's done, but it's a very attractive cable crimp. And I just put my heat shrink tubing in the wrong spot, so I'm going to have to put a new piece on. I'll have to cut the other one off. Because I did go over both wires like I should have. I make mistakes too, guys, as you can see. That's right, I don't really need that. There we go. Okay, so okay, we'll just let that cool. And the red shrink tubing is actually a little smaller than the black, which I don't understand. Should be the same size if it's in a kit, you know, but hey, whatever. Who am I? What do I know? So we're going to have to go with a tighter crimp on this one, because this is proving to be a little more difficult than it should. So there we go, nice mechanical crimp there. It'll never come off, unless somebody cuts it, of course. I know some guys don't like to use lighters on this stuff. I like to use heat guns, and that's fine. As long as you don't make it too hot, a lighter will work just fine. But if you're near flammable liquid or whatever, you don't really want to be doing this with a lighter. Okay, now that we've remade our connections, we're going to drop the battery back in. Wipe this off. Okay, so the battery goes in with the posts towards the wall, unless you get the one with the reverse terminals, which this is a group 24, so you would need to get a group 24F if you want them to be the other way. You know what, in fact, because he has this type of battery, we don't actually need to put other terminals on. We can use those studs that are on this battery, as long as he gets ones with studs in the future. If not, then they won't work for him. See if it'll actually just start. That's our goal right now, is just to see if it cranks over. And if this little wire is not plugged in, it'll never start. Okay, here we go. So it's cranking over. That's the first step. So we know the fuse is good, but you see, if you hook the battery up backwards, it's not going to do anything. Usually it blows that fuse, but it didn't in this case. Okay, so we have to hook up his lights too here. We're going to re-terminate this wire too. I can't just put that on there. Okay, so because he's got all this extra wire, we're going to cut that back. Strip the wire. That in there. Squeeze. Crimp. Pretty sure that's the positive. Let's see if the lights turn on. They do. Tighten those down and lubricate them so they don't get all gnarly. We keep this wire down over on this side. This is a marine / starting battery, which it'll work. I mean, why, I don't know, but whatever. I don't judge. Now we need to see if it'll start. So we know we're good in here. We can return this cover. I can't tell you how often I see battery terminals hooked up incorrectly, backwards, wrong polarity, not tight. That should be your very first thing you check if your cart's not starting, or it's not cranking, or it's not doing anything as a battery. Always check the battery first. Alright, let's see if it'll actually run. That was a pretty simple one, guys. Usually that doesn't go that smoothly, but it's a positive result. And see, now we can see one is positive, one is negative. So hopefully that won't get confusing later on in the future. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. This one's done. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Be sure to check the video's description for links to products I use every single day to bring you these videos and to run my business. Check out my social media pages and websites, all linked down below. And until next time, we'll see you in the next video.